want to talk a little bit about Law Capital's underwriting process. So Law Capital's been in business since 2015. We've originated thousands of loans on investment properties, including $1 billion in property value. So we've been doing this for nearly 10 years, and we have a professional team here finding, filtering, underwriting loans. So I just want to briefly talk about our underwriting process. So the first thing is we have a focus. So we only lend on residential properties. So anything from a single family, condo, townhome, small multifamily, but all residential. We're not trying to be experts in all types of real estate. Next is we focus on short-term bridge lending on value-add properties. So typically a project is a active real estate investor who's buying property in a nice neighborhood, but it's outdated, and so they're going to renovate it and then either sell it or refinance it and hold it as a rental property. So it's a fix and flip or a fix to rent. In addition, we finance new developments to experienced real estate developers, typically infill, which means they're building a home or multiple homes where if you spun in a circle, you would see other houses. So you're not out in the country, it's infill construction. And then in addition to that, occasionally we'll do bridge lending as well, where someone is buying a property and they need a quick transaction. So we're going to come in to help them finance that purchase, and then they're either going to refinance at our loan or sell the property. Next is we focus on the feasibility of the project. So we collect the detailed budget, we collect information on their experience doing similar projects. So if someone's flipping a house in this part of Colorado or this part of California, have they done business there before, and how many similar projects have they completed? That's kind of a number one item for us to understand that they have the ability to take the home, demolish parts of it, and rebuild it so the property is worth more. In addition, we dive into the details. So we'll look at their detailed budget. We have a standardized format. They fill it out, and our team will review the details of the budget, make sure it makes sense compared to what needs to get done to the home. So if our appraisal or inspection shows that there's mold or foundation issues, there needs to be a line item covering that cost to renovate that. So we're looking at the details of their budget and the feasibility that they have the budget that we're financing and the ability to get the project done. The next thing we do is we look at their financial stability. So we're doing a background check and a credit check, and looking at those scores and looking at their pay history to make sure that they're someone that we want to lend money to. In addition, we're looking at the background check to see if there's been any criminal activity or anything that we don't like about the members of the entity that we're going to lend money to. Next, we're doing valuation. So we're either getting a full appraisal or a hybrid appraisal to identify the as-is value of the property, in addition to the subject to value, which is the value of the property after the renovations are done. So we're getting that valuation from a third party. We're typically checking it with additional data that we have access to, tools that we use. And then next thing we're looking at is the exit profit or cash flow. So we want to give a loan to a borrower. We want them to be a repeat client, which means we want them to be successful. So they need to either be profitable when that property sells. So we look at the total project budget. So the purchase price, the renovation budget, the financing costs, the interest that we're going to charge. Add that all up and look at the appraised exit value, the after repair value, and make sure there's appropriate amount of dollars and percent of profit for the underlying borrower. We want them to make money. And if they're not selling the property, we're also looking at the cash flow of the property. So if they renovate this home, will Aloha or another lender be able to refinance out our short-term bridge loan into a lower cost of capital, lower rate loan for them to hold that property as a rental property? And then lastly, we're looking at the market itself. So state, the city, and the neighborhood that the property's in. So we look at zip code and neighborhood data, looking for the median home price. So we want to lend on properties that aren't the fanciest house on that block. So we're going to look at up to 150 to 200% of the median home price. That allows for kind of capturing some of those neighborhoods within a zip code that might be higher value than others. We're looking at the value trend of that zip code. So have homes been increasing in value, staying the same, decreasing? If it's decreasing, we're definitely going to pay attention to that and likely reduce our leverage. We're looking at things like crime data for that zip code, and other things like that. And so we pull that all together in our underwriting, and we present it to you on Swell. So when you click into one of the passive notes, you'll have access to all of that data. In the metrics area,